If you don't want to be overhyped for Guardians of the Galaxy, I totally understand. Just to let you know, leave this video. Don't watch it because honestly, for me, that's probably my favorite MCU movie of all time. It hit on every freaking cylinder. All the check marks that I put down for a movie, it nailed it. Ugh, I couldn't get enough. My fiance couldn't stop crying. I swear to God, the happy moments make you cry. The sad moments make you cry. The moments where they just interact with each other make you cry. Everything is so good. It's so good, all right? I'm not saying you're going to be crying the entire time. I'm not saying it's a sad fest. In fact, the jokes are incredible. I was literally slapping my knee, bro, and laughing so hard. The people next to me were laughing. You could hear the audience laughing, but I couldn't shut the fuck up. I was nonstop laughing. I don't know what it was about these jokes, but finally, for once, did they have good MCU jokes in this movie. I mean, they've had good MCU jokes before, but this, oh, they were so funny, so clever, so well thought, and unpredictable. That's exactly what I want out of my jokes. What I love is that the Guardians is a whole. In this movie, they're a whole. They belong with each other. They're family. It makes sense. You know, they've gone through 2 movies to get to this point to where they're whole, but they all shine individually. I think that this movie is far better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I actually like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 quite a bit, and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was incredible too, but that's them getting to know each other. Now this is a movie where they've bonded with each other and they're willing to do anything for each other. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, no obstacle too big, whatever. They are getting it done for their team, their family, their friends. It doesn't matter. And for me, that was... I felt so connected to that, man. It's like I want to protect people like that, like my really close ones, and I want my really close ones to protect me like that. And it just felt like this whole party of finding where you belong and your tribe and loving each other and still accepting other people outside of like your tribe. It's all around sending a great message. And you know what? Speaking of great messages, it's not shoving any agendas down your throat. I never get that one time. No agendas. Life, I completely forgot about it. Politics, what? I never even thought about it. Not one time. This movie actually brought me into a space where I get to have fun, enjoy myself, laugh, hold back tears because I'm trying so hard not to cry, and just enjoy the movie overall. I thoroughly enjoyed the dialogue. The emotions were real and delivered well behind every single character and what they had to say. No time was wasted. That's the best way to put it. James Gunn did say when this movie was going to be 3 hours long, he said not a single moment is wasted. I totally agree with that. Every single moment had a purpose, had a meaning. You get to learn a lot about these characters and how they feel and interact. And you might hear a lot of people saying that this is, without a doubt, a Rocket Raccoon movie. I don't agree with that. I think it's an all-around Guardians movie, and the things that you do for your family, your friends, your close ones, your loved ones, and now I'm just getting into spoiler territory. I don't want to go there. This is spoiler-free, completely spoiler-free. I don't want to spoil a damn thing. I want you to enjoy this so much. I'm just here to be your hype man and let you know that there's finally a good MCU movie. What I love about this movie is that James Gunn brought the happiness into the movie, and it exudes, it shows. It's almost shines through a depression. It's kind of weird. You're going to know what I see almost right off the rip from the movie, but it shines through a depression, and it shows when you don't have time to sulk and whatever, and you got to step up to the plate, you're going to do it for your family and friends, you know? And for me, it just resonates with me so hard. I know it's going to resonate with a lot of you too. And camaraderie, family, feeling like you belong, it's so important. It's important to everybody, every one of us. And finally, this movie is diving into that section. Like I said before, the character arcs in this movie are incredible. They shine all the way through. You get to watch character progression, and it doesn't erase stuff from the past. It keeps stuff present. So, you know, if they learned this lesson before, like Peter Quill learning the lesson of letting people in and letting people love him, blah, 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 in like the first Guardians, he still has that now. And it's not overshined by what he's learning. So it doesn't disappear. It stays there, but he's learning even more. That's such a hard thing to do in storytelling, to take what a character's learned before and add on to it just as, if not more impactfully than what the original theme was for that character. You also get to see some interesting things with Gamora and how the Guardians interact with Gamora, gonorrhea. Specifically, Peter Quill interacting with I was gonna say gonorrhea again with Gamora. Peter Quill's interaction with Gamora is you just can't help but feel for it, and there's a big part to that. The right word I'm looking for is originality. There's originality in Peter Quill's feelings. There's originality in Gamora's feelings. There's originality in every single Guardian in this movie, especially when they're interacting with how they might feel towards Gamora. Because Gamora is now not what we know as the previous Gamora. Obviously, it's from a different timeline, different universe, whatever. It's not the same Gamora. As much as some Guardians might want that to be true. And you get to see a whole story arc with that, and it's not cheesy. It's so well written. I love it. Usually you could predict these kind of things. This movie, for me, was unpredictable. Gamora's arc, Peter Quill's arc, everybody's arc, unpredictable. The fight scenes in this movie are outstanding. There's one scene in particular that you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it, but it was so well done. I would put that above the fight scenes in Infinity War or Endgame or, let's name a few other MCU movies. I think that these fight scenes were the epitome. I'm not going to even describe it at all to you. You need to witness it yourself and just be in awe when you know that moment. I want you to keep two things in mind during that fight scene: camaraderie and individual arcs. They shine so well in the fighting itself. That means it's not just like fake fighting. By the way, moves are impactful in this movie. There's impactful moments. You can't just take 20 blasts and get up. It's not like that. No. There are some moments in this movie where your jaw hits the floor. You got no idea what's about to happen, and you really get a sense of realness. Like, this is real life, and bad things are happening, and oh my God. There's even particularly dark moments, and there is one F-bomb, which I think was placed in a wonderful, wonderful moment. Once you guys see it, you'll hopefully get a crack out of it like I did. The only thing bad about this movie to me is that it's a sign-off for James Gunn to move on from Guardians of the Galaxy to DC. James Gunn really nailed it on the storytelling, and you could tell that he's not just trying to make or save the MCU before he goes. He's trying to show that he can dominate storytelling when it comes to comic book movies. The only thing I'm skeptical about, and this is a little bit off topic of Guardians of the Galaxy, is that Superman is the next movie that he's going to be directing. I think it's called Superman Legacy. That's going to be the next movie that he's directing. Superman is not known for his comedy. Guardians of the Galaxy, however, are known for his comedy, and James Gunn goes hand in hand with that comedy. We saw it in Suicide Squad when he did the new Suicide Squad. There was tons of comedy in that. But the comedy in this is amazing. I just don't know how he's going to tell a Superman story that could be as good as this Guardians of the Galaxy 3 story. But no matter what, I got my trust in him. I can't wait to see what he does on DC. I wish him the best. And you know what, man? I was clapping loud for him in that theater because that movie hit on every single cylinder for me. With all that being said, you need to go get tickets. You need to watch this movie now. I wish I could just buy tickets for people on the street and just get them in that movie theater because honestly, it brought so much cheer to me, happiness. It made my fiance cry so much she got a headache, which is good and bad thing. You know, I'm just saying it gets emotional. It dives deep, and everybody in the movie you love so much, and it's very happy movie, very happy movie. That's all I'm going to say. Very happy, very, very loving, very caring. And it all boils down to what I would rate it now. It's so hard to rate this movie. I'm like right on with a number. I usually have a number out of 100 that I rate movies, but this one might just be a 100 out of 100. I don't know if I'm over-exaggerating. I really don't know because I can't stop thinking about the movie. The whole drive home, I was talking about how wonderful it was. It's so hard not to cry to that movie and feel happiness, and you feel for every single character, and these are characters that you've loved so much. I honestly don't understand why IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm really confused. I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, don't listen to an IGN review. What the fuck? But for me, I'm thinking like, damn, that movie was hitting on every cylinder. I went to the very first showtime that I possibly could, and I know that in that movie, 3 p.m., it's Thursday evening, 3 p.m., I think that the people in that theater like they're not gonna be super hyped. And I had to make sure, bro. I had to make sure as we were walking out of the theater, I'm like, because I was the only one like really clapping and like laughing and stuff like that. I'm like, it wasn't just me. Like, you guys thought that movie was good too, right? Like, did MCU finally come out with a good movie that we've been waiting for a few years? And they were like, and I'm like, oh, come on, man, let's have a conversation. But regardless, I'm gonna go with my instinct and how my fiance and I felt. I'm going to give this a 100 out of 100 experience. I'm just going to do it, man. I'm just going to send it. I know you're probably thinking, holy shit, you've only done like one other one of these reviews. How are you going to give it a 100 out of 100? Shut the fuck up and trust me on this. Go see that movie. Go see that movie. Go see that movie. I want to hear your opinion. Just get hyped up. It's time to get hyped up. Finally, there's a good MCU movie. Will it all be over because James Gunn is leaving? I don't know, but I'm going to give this 100 out of 100. I can't wait to buy this and watch it on my TV. I can't wait to show my friends on it. Dude, I might just buy like an upgraded sound system just to watch it in my place. I might get like a 3D bullshit 2012 TV, the one with the stupid ass gray glasses, that was totally gimmicky and gives you headaches. I might do that just to watch it in another view, man. I want to go back and see everything that I missed, because I was telling my fiance in the car, the only thing that I would give critique about this movie, which this can't even be a critique, is that I felt like I didn't have time to breathe in my thoughts. There were so many moments where I was thinking about what just happened, and I wanted to let that breathe, that I would stop focusing on the movie, and I'd have to draw myself back in and discard the thought when I wanted to sit and bathe and understand how I felt in that moment, how the movie made me feel. And it was so good. Honestly, God dang. When a movie makes me feel like this, I just get so excited, because I didn't really have my hopes up for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I usually have my hopes up for MCU movies. You know how we've all been let down. But going into this one, I almost knew immediately this was going to be a good movie. I knew immediately the tone that James Gunn was setting. I knew that it was going to hit. But let me know what you think. Please let me know what you know, or how you feel about the movie. I really want to know. Like I said, I'm going to give this the first 100 out of 100. I felt like it hit on every cylinder to me. It was so good. Please let me know what you think. And yeah, talk to you later. Peace.